So that's what we mean by this auction, is that if we've got a fair value area where the market thinks it's fair, but also the producers think it's fair and they can make enough sales, that's that fair value area, that auction area for us. That's what we think it is.
I love that. And, another prime example, I just used the word actually, but prime a few years ago.
Yes.
There's supply was so small, you couldn't get it. So then the prices were so high.
Genius.
So they created obviously a huge amount of supply.
Yeah.
Which then, the interesting thing is people don't realize it's not the shops who are buying it, it's the suppliers who are then ordering it directly from them. So they're creating this huge order, but then now the demand has dropped.
Yeah.
But then the supply is so high, so then the price has dropped with that.
Yeah.
I love it.
And we also, when we got all those questions and stuff that we were getting on YouTube and on our inboxes and all of that, it was really interesting to see that the focus on the psychology versus the focus on the strategy and how that was all working together. This wouldn't work if you didn't have composure and if you didn't let it play out. So in the day, limiting the amount of trades that you've got, making sure you're using the correct money management, this is all part and parcel to it. I still just genuinely feel that 33, this is potentially the smallest part of what makes this even possible. When I'm sitting there and I'm watching the auction and I'm watching this happen, if it's a day where it doesn't feel like price discovery is going to be made and the auction isn't feeling right, there's no problem with not trading for that day. I do try and take at least one trade a day because I'm trading around the open. It happens so fast. So that the volatility enables me to make my money because it's moving so quickly. I need the volatility for this to work for me.
Of course. What would be an instance, or what would it look like in terms of if it's not looking right to you? You're not getting that feeling from the auction.
Well, we've had this recently. So normally when information is coming out, so Trump is an absolute nightmare for me. And I like the fact that he's inspiring volatility. So don't get me wrong. It gives us more opportunities in the market. But what's happening is he seems to wait for the market open to send out all this stuff. So we've got all of this going on. We've done all our analysis. We've set up the room. All of the traders know sentiment and what everything's going on. And then 10 minutes into the session, you get these headlines from Hassett, you get these headlines from the economic advisors, you get these headlines for a defense secretary and all this kind of stuff. And it's either a trade war headline, a Zelensky headline or something like that,